many truths and powerful lessons for us this evening. This was an extraordinary woman, not so much because she was a Samaritan, a race of people that the Jews utterly despised as having no claim on their God, but because she was an outcast, say outcast, and was looked down upon by her own people. By her own people. Have you ever been looked down at? Have you ever felt like an outcast? If so, you know how the Samaritan woman felt. This is evidenced by the fact that she came alone to draw water from the community well, when during biblical times it says that drawing water and chatting at the well was a social high point. But she came in the time that was the hottest because she knew that nobody would be at the well. Because she knew she had some mess with her. She knew that she was in some gunk. And she knew that her own people would judge her. Do you ever feel like that? Do you ever feel like, you know what, I'm going to show up at this time because I don't want to be seen? I'm going to talk to this person because I know she's going to sympathize. She's going to tell me, it's all right, girl. Do your thing. Instead of talking to a real woman that's going to call that sin out of you. However, this woman was marked as immoral, an unmarked woman living openly with 6 in a series of men. I think when I read this story, I said, Lord have mercy. I know a lot of people that do that. That's married and got 6 boo things on the side. Let's keep it real. If you can't be real in the church house, then where can you be real at? God calls transparency in a place of safety. When you look into this story, you will see that Jesus had 2 meetings, one with Nicodemus and the Samaritan woman. But they are different in the way Jesus unveiled grace to them. While Nicodemus needed to see himself as a sinner in order to understand grace, the Samaritan woman, who knew she was a sinner, needed to see herself as a person that was worth and value.
That's good.
So I'm not gonna go to Ariel and say, you little sinner. How dare you say those bad words, you little sinner? Who are you? But I'm going to go and say, you know what, Ariel? You could speak life or you could speak death.
Come on.
Be mindful what you use your tongue for. Because a lady does not speak like that.
Come on.
Showing her grace and not persecuting her. She knows she's a sinner. We know we do things wrong. We don't need our sisters calling that.
Come on.
We need our sisters to love us. Not in our sin, but out our sin. Love the sin out of us. I don't know, but that was a powerful lesson in the Word. To know that God gave us the Samaritan woman, to understand that he showed her grace in spite of. When his word says that marriage is a beautiful thing. What if she didn't go to the well because of what people thought of her? What if she did not obey and get scared and run off because she was fearful and ashamed? What if? I pose those questions to you. Why are you running? Why are you fearful? Why are you living in that dark place instead of being the mother and woman and wife, if you are one, that God has called you to be? Are you scared of your own self? Woman of God, I am here to tell you that we need to look at the Samaritan woman as an example of what God calls us to do. We have to be real with ourselves to understand and take a hold of this story and understand what God finds us worthy of his love in spite of our bankrupt lives. I don't know about you, but like I was saying, when my mom sent me to Alabama, I met this pastor on the day she got married. He was my stepfather's best man. And he said, "Hi, my name is Pastor Leon." And I said, "And?" Because you guys don't understand, but I was scared of men. The only man that I adored had walked out and had to do 19 years in prison. I was scared of men. And a lot of you guys didn't know that, but while I was dancing in church and I was serving God, I was going to work at a part-time job and being molested. No one knew that though. I was dancing, I was raising my hands, I was going to all-nighters in the church, I was doing all of that and some. But I was going back to my abuser because I thought that was normal, because that's what men do. Dying inside in my rotten self. And my mom didn't know till she sent me away and I had to deal with the mess. Do you know what that is? For your daughter to call you and say, "You know, Mom, while I was in your house, I was being molested." Anybody that knows my mom knows she's very sensitive. She's very good-hearted. She started to question herself and she distanced herself from me.